Many of us have dreamt of a vacation house, or maybe two. At HDG, we hear from dreamers all the time, but it's that rare occasion where we have a dreamer that's convinced that they want to make that a reality. We stand at Kinderhook Lake in Columbia County in upstate New York, where we will see one of our newest homes that we're unveiling that we developed with an owner that had not just a dream, but a heart to make it a reality. So please come with me as we go up the hill to this beautiful vacation home. This is an American craftsman style home. And as you can see, it is highlighted by its gabled roof structure, dormer, but most importantly is the front porch. The front porch is detailed with hewn timber as well as rustic detail with stone piers. And this is something that was important as it expresses a style of craftsmanship, nature, that was opposed to the industrial age that was occurring at the turn of the 19th century. Some other wonderful features as the doors, the windows, the details, all were not just selections in style, but also in performance. So let us go and talk to our owner, our partner in this project, Miss Jarvis. It's great seeing you again.
Nice seeing you too.
Thank you for having us over and talk a little bit about your vacation spot. What was your vision for this project?
Well, initially when we were looking for property for a vacation home, we were looking for something very remote in the mountains, lots of trees. And when we first approached you and Hamlin Design Group, we were thinking something very lodgy, very cabiny, very woodsy. But when we found this property, we fell in love with it, and that style just did not fit. This property is, because of the little house that was on it, to some degree we had to stick to the footprint. You were able to take the pictures that I had, the favorite one actually, and make it work for this property, and this is the result.
What are some of your favorite features of that project?
It's hard to pick just one because there's so much about the house that I just love, but two things really stick out. The dormer and the cathedral ceiling and the loft. That was not initially on my radar, but when I was explaining to you and your team how we also want to use the property when we're not using it for rental income, you had recommended a loft, and you also thought about the cathedral ceiling being a wow factor for rental potential. And those are my favorite features. It's such a cozy, warm, inviting spot, and it overlooks the lake. It's just beautiful.
Wow, thank you. Let's go on and look at some of those features together. In your main entry space, your living space, you can't help but notice this incredible ceiling. I have to say, even though I designed it. It was probably the most complex part of our design, as we have two intersecting cathedral roofs that create these valleys that we see here. What are your thoughts about it?
It was actually very challenging for my family. My family is in construction, but they are into commercial construction. And while they have some experience building homes, they have never built a home with a cathedral ceiling. It was really tricky, but once they figured out the angles and laid everything out, it went pretty smoothly after that.
Your family has a multi-generational experience in the trades. Tell us just a little bit about that.
Well, my grandfather was the first. He was an independent contractor, and my father followed in his footsteps, became a carpenter, ultimately becoming a construction superintendent for a few different commercial construction companies. My brothers both followed my father in the trade, and they're both carpenters today. My nephew now is the fourth generation. He has become a third-year carpenter's apprentice. my sister as well. She was in the trade. She was a laborer for a construction company. The end result was beautiful, so I'm glad we did it all with no injuries.
Wow, that's awesome. Are you happy?
I absolutely love it. We have neighbors all over. People I don't know will come by, pull in our driveway, tell us how much they love it, tell us they see it from across the lake, and how pretty they think it is. And it makes me so proud that we were a part of the process, and you know, the work that your team did to help us get here, we really, really appreciate.
Wow, no, I thank you. It's a wonderful partnership, and I'm so happy to support you and your family at large with this wonderful vacation home. Thank you, Terry.